Today, we're going to talk about attendance from the administrator point of view. So, to begin, we're going to go to our main menu. We're going to go to attendance, and I'm just going to take you through a couple of features that I like. So, the first one is absence occurrence slash consecutive absences. If you're looking for an attendance report that will run for you every day, this will be the one for you. This report can be ran every day and it can be scheduled. So once you have your parameters in, you can go to schedule and you can choose the frequency on how often you want it to run and the start date. And you can even personalize the time that you want it to come in. For this example, we're going to use August 8th through October 21st as our dates. We're going to look for students who have consecutive absences. And for this one, we're going to look for students who have been absent 3 or more days. Our attendance type we're going to use is unexcused absence. We're going to check this box for check student schedules. That will make sure that you're running dates for school days and not the weekends. And for our attendance period, this campus has only one attendance period. And we're going to do a range of students. I'm not looking for one specific student. And I'm going to format it to page break on the student. And we're also going to print the daily details. So I'm going to run the report. And when you run the report, it'll give you a title page. And then here you will just move to the next student. So you can see how many days each student has missed consecutively. And these are only showing unexcused absences. You can put more parameters in. You do have the option of downloading and printing these reports. So now I'm going to take you to another attendance feature, and this is attendance entry by class, activity, or range. So what I like about this feature, if you have a teacher who forgets to do their attendance, you can just put it in by that class, or if you had a grade that missed their attendance, you can put it by grade. For this one, I'm going to do grade level selected, and then you have the option of choosing your grade level. So I'm just going to choose 12th grade. Now, this feature is going to be used if you want to update a lot of students at the same time. So, if I wanted to just do my seniors for these dates and I want to update their attendance, I could do it here. If I wanted to do attendance for just a particular class, I could do that as well by selecting the class by class attendance method. And then for this campus, they have tutorials, and I can just select the section in which I want to take attendance. And for this one, I'm just going to use one date. So the teacher missed attendance for this day only, and I just want to mark her kids unexcused. So these are all the kids that are in this attendance period. So those are the kids that we are going to look for. Now, we only want to mark the kids that are absent. So we only want to mark the kids that are absent. I'm just going to do these first few, and then you would run the process. So they would change their attendance from present to unexcused. Our next feature that we will look at is attendance entry by student. So if you know you have a particular student that needs a update, you would find the student that you were looking for, just like you would do in any other search. And what we want to do is we just want to select the date Maybe we just forgot to do this on this particular date. So I'm going to do an all day. That way you don't have to select a specific period. And we just forgot to mark him absent today. So if you have a reason, you can put it in the comments. If the guardian was notified, you can do all of those things and then hit save. Now you can see here where the student's attendance has been changed. One thing I would like to mention is daily, your team should be updating your attendance. And that's going to be using this utility, Mass Update Attendance. So again, we want to update attendance. So we want to put in our old attendance type as TA or teacher absence. And then our new date is our new attendance type is going to be unexcused absence. Now, let's say your campus has not done this at all this year. You can still catch up and get it done. So you can use your date low. Uh, for me, I'm going to use September 12th through October 21st. And we're going to hit next. So all of these attendance types are TAs currently, and these are the ones that we're going to turn into an unexcused absence. So I'm going to run the process. And we just updated 157 absences. The feature I want to talk about is recorded, unrecorded class attendance. So your teacher should be taking attendance on a daily basis. So if you wanted to do a quick check of how, if your teachers have taken attendance or not, you will use this feature. At the top of your screen, you have a filter, and it automatically defaults to today's section. So on the day, it'll pop up if the teacher has taken attendance or not. Under features, if you want to check a previous day's attendance, you would have to do a user filter, and you do have to give your filter a name. I have previous day. Once I've set up my filter for previous day, I'm going to take a look at September 12th for today. So I can tell that all of my teachers have taken their attendance but two. So if your teachers do not have a check mark, you'll see that they haven't that they have taken their attendance. Anybody without a check mark has not taken their attendance. If you wanted to create a live tile for this to just see who hasn't done their attendance for today, you would make sure your filter was on today's section. And again, I have set mine up for just the teachers who have not taken their attendance. So I'm going to choose false. And then I'm going to select more, and I'm going to select live tile to dashboard. And this is only going to be unrecorded attendance. And save. Now when I go back to my dashboard on my home screen, and so that way, when your attendance period is open, you can see how many teachers have taken their attendance and how many has not at a glance. Now, going back to attendance, I also want to talk about attendance letters. And then we're going to go run attendance letter, October 12th. And then you do have to put an attachment name. For this, I'm going to run it as a preview. However, you do have the option of posting to Family Student Access. And if you do post it to Family Student Access, it will go under the portfolio folder for your student. But for right now, I just want to run it as a preview. Now, again, I do want to show you that you can schedule this to happen how often you want to run it. You just use those same parameters that we used earlier today. Currently, this student has 20 days, and they do have a 3-day out of a 3-day letter and a 10-day letter. So I definitely want to go ahead and run these letters. So I'm going to run the process. The attendance letter, it fills out all the information for you, and it even puts the attendance dates on the bottom. So that is a really great feature. And the only thing you would have to do is download or print. Now, I do want to say one disclaimer. The 3-day letters are on a rotation. So if a student misses within a 20-day period, and then they miss 3 days, they will have a 3-day letter. But let's say that they missed a couple days, now they're back in school, and you ran your attendance letter and you're not getting one. Um, the reason is because that window or that particular session has now rolled. If you wanted to make sure parents were notified anytime a attendance letter was posted, you would go to your message center and go to notifications, and you would add a notification. And for this notification area, I'm going to send attendance. And the type of notification I want to send is attendance letter posted. Then I'll hit next. For the recipient, I want it to be the guardians. And you would then fill in your information. You would then fill out the information that you wanted to send. Then hit next. And now, anytime you would post a notification, your I'm sorry, anytime you would post an attendance letter, it would automatically trigger this notification to your parents.